What's up, guys? I'm on location for episode 56 of Kart Talk, joined by the one and only Z, Frenzy Grind. How's it going, Frenzy Grind?
Everything is good, man. Happy to see you in New York. It's a beautiful thing.
I'm really here.
We're really here, right in the middle of Times Square, on location.
So hopefully you can hear us. The audio quality might be bad. Mic wasn't working, but it's okay. We're going to do a full episode, 20, 30 minutes or so, right here from Times Square with Frenzy Grind. He'll be obviously hearing a little bit about his account. We got some questions about kind of what's this end game look like? What's the strategy with your account? I'll kind of chime in where I'll add some value, but I think the goal is really from here from Frenzy Grind. So tell people, how'd you get the name Frenzy Grind? When you start playing the game, what do you enjoy most about the game? I think that'll play as a motif throughout the conversation.
So in terms of how I got my name, there's really no rhyme or reason. When I started the game, I realized I needed to change my name to an in-game name. So I was thinking to myself, what is the point of this game? I was thinking, well, we're grinding for frenzies, so Frenzy Grind sounds good to me. Wasn't that serious to me at the time, so went with Frenzy Grind and decided to play around with the letters. And then eventually, is it December of 2020, I guess, when you recruited me to ER, I realized I couldn't fit the ER tag with the Frenzy Grind name because it cut off. So we sat there, I don't know if you remember this, we sat there, we were texting back and forth, like, how can we fit the whole name with the ER tag? And then I made the giant Z to fit it in there. And it all came together, so the rest is history. How I started playing the game is pretty much like a lot of other players these days. 1992, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario. Started playing with my cousin, my friends. We got into tournaments. I think I got into the story of very first Kart Talk I was in, but just got into competitions, loved the game. You know, Toad was probably my
Toad? Yes.
Toad was my guy. Just got into competitions every day, all day. It was just fun. It was just all day. We had no responsibilities. We played video games all day. So got into that, and then found out about the game when it dropped to mobile. Got into it day one. Again, I'm someone who just I get very frustrated. I couldn't figure out manual drift. The whole thing, how the game worked. I don't even think I understood that there were rank cups until about January. So every week I would come in 12th, and I'm like, why am I coming in 12th? I didn't understand that there was an actual rank cup where you have to be top 3.
Yeah.
Until a buddy of mine who I worked with, who got me in the game, was like, no, you got to play the rank cups, and you got to play this specific cup each week, and you got to place as high as you can. And I was like, oh, that's how it works. Interesting. You know, so then he tried teaching me how the pipes worked, and then, you know, like I mentioned back in my first episode when I pulled Party Time Pauline and Taxi, I was like, oh, cool. I'm like, is this any good? And he's like, yeah, there's a high end, 2 high ends.
Pretty good.
I'm like, all right, cool. Didn't know what rubies meant. I didn't know any of that stuff. So, you know, basically how I learned to play the game is, you know, all the content creators, Sammy, all the other guys. I just watched how they raced, learned how to play the game, and just started figuring it out that way. So
awesome, man. Well, appreciate you sharing that. I do remember the part with the Z. I was like, you're like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do it? And now forever, you're Z. So I appreciate you sharing that story. Let's fast forward to today. We obviously are in a new phase of the game. We're trying to find things have dipped down since loop mode has been introduced or announced at least. I guess what's been your kind of internal strategy, external, like how you decide to play the game? I know you're a big family man. How do you decide to kind of balance the game in this new era?
I mean, there's really no rhyme or reason to how I play the game, how I changed my game methods. I was saving tickets since May, and I mentioned that on Kart Talk a few times. I have to say probably the most brutal thing I've done in this game, and others will say top 10s, I've never gone for one of those, but saving tickets from May till October and watching people constantly use tickets and upgrade their accounts, strengthen their accounts, and I'm just saving is the most brutal thing you could possibly do.
Sounds like hell.
It's hell. It was hell, but it worked out perfectly because with the drop of the Battle Tour, 5 months later, I decided I'm going to go in with my tickets. I want to have some fun. I'm tired of being bored. I'm tired of saving. You know, I saved to 100 plus of almost each ticket. So,
Wow.
Which people are going to say, well, why didn't you use those tickets to go for top 10? Top 10 not that important to me. I don't have the time. I'll never have the time. I've come to terms with it. It is what it is. I just want to have fun. So I used those tickets to strengthen my account. I caught up. I went in on a bunch of Mii's, brought them all to level 8. And I just want to focus on strengthening my account, closing those gaps. You know, and everybody's end goal really is just to get your account maxed. The strategy is still there.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. The end game is going to be when you have all your plus skill Mii's, quad 8, your non-Mii's, quad 8. I mean, all those drivers. That's going to take time. Even with me, with the 100 tickets of each, I got a lot of my Mii's done. I still got to do Santa. I still got to do Silver. And I still have a couple of tickets saved. So I didn't want to blow my whole load. No pun intended. But,
well, it's funny. We had Kareem was kind of one of the earliest adopters to the Mii's. He was preaching the Mii's, and then he got burnt out. Now he's trying to avoid the Mii's. And I think you were a later, but still very early adopter. And now, Mii's are a top priority for you. It's interesting to see how that's kind of changed in the community. I think some people just get burnt out with certain things. At the end of the day, I just want the highest score. And I feel like that's a lot of times that's going to be with the Mii's.
Well, yeah, of course, me being stubborn, it took me a little bit longer to figure that out. As you strengthen your Mii's, that's what's going to get your scores quicker and save you a lot of time playing the game. So I had to come to terms with it. So thankfully I did, and like you say, it's never too late.
So let me ask you about investments and strategy. As you go into this end game, are you focused in on kind of filling these gaps, or are you deciding to invest in items that bring you joy? I guess you have as you were going through this 100 ticket exercise, how were you prioritizing? Was it strategy, gaps, etc.?
It's actually a little bit of both. My goal mainly is, yes, to have fun, but it's also to strengthen my account and fill gaps. I don't want to wake up on a Wednesday morning of a new tour and ever see a level 2 kart on the track, on a ranked track, a level 3 glider on a track. Like, I don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's debilitating to me. You know, when I see that, it's not fun to me to have to go into a track with a level 2 kart, a level 2 glider. So, I use the strategy. I look at my apps, I look at the sheets, and I see where I got to fill the gaps for the upcoming tours. And the best part about it now is we know what's coming. So even me the other day, I went through my app and to see all through the next tour what tracks we're going to get. So I go in and see what my loadouts are for that, and I'll see what I'll need to put tickets on. So yeah, it's the biggest thing in this game is filling gaps for me. And I learned that from Wise Man God Mode, who told me filling gaps is how you play the game.
Well, I appreciate that, and obviously you've been a big supporter of my channel. And you mentioned people like Sammy D and others when you first started. How is your content creation? Because I know that early on we couldn't get enough. We were watching everybody. Now it feels like you can only watch but so much. And some maybe decided not to watch at all. I've seen some of my numbers drop a little bit, but I'm just curious. Like, I guess, what type of entertainment and community interaction have you spent here lately?
Well, obviously I watch your channel. I watch you. A lot of things, unfortunately, I can't catch live because of my job. Sammy's grind on Tuesdays. He does it in the middle of the day, so unfortunately I can't make a live chat a lot of times because I'm at work. You in the morning, I'll catch your premieres driving to work, and I'll watch the rest later. But I watch Shy Guy Kart 2 here and there. He's another guy who knows a lot about this game that I've learned a lot about. Draco's another one, a good friend of mine.
You watch all these content creators every tour, or just a little bit?
No, I watch them every tour because obviously, again, not live. Life is hectic, but I like to see what's coming up for that tour. What tricks I can learn, what tips I can get from all you guys. Shortcuts, what could save me time, what could help me score higher. What are the best drivers, cars, gliders to invest in? Like, obviously the rundown is huge. So, it's important if you want to do well, if you're still into the game and you want to you want to compete with some of these guys, and you know, I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Well, we're at a point where, you know, we love this game. You know, there's certain parts where you just open it up and it's that frenzy, it's that combo. You're just like, I love this game. But yet at the end, I think, you know, this game for some of us in the community has become a priority, you know, in our lives. And I'm kind of excited about, you know, whether it's spending or time or whatever it might be. This game kind of taking a back seat. But I love doing content with you guys. I couldn't do it without people like Frenzy Run. I know actually we'll be coming here to New York City here in 2 tours. For those watching at home, what do you love about New York City?
Look around. I mean, obviously the folks at home can't, but we're standing right in front of where the ball drops.
Just give it a nice little panoramic there. It's a favorite part of New York City, ball dropping.
Times Square is my favorite part. Ball drops right in front of us. This is right in the middle of Times Square. If you live in the United States, you know about Times Square. There's no shortage of just craziness in Times Square. I mean, we got somebody dressed as Mario.
Right here.
There's dancers here. You got somebody dressed up as Mario.
We do have Mario sighting somewhere. We'll try to see if we can grab a picture. So a big gorilla.
2 giant gorillas.
2 giant gorillas.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Minnie Mouse. I mean, there's no shortage.
I mean, that's everything. I mean, what more could you want? That's.
And what we'll end up doing 2 blocks down, we'll head to the Nintendo store after this in Rockefeller Center. Drive right through New York Minute and just see a lot of the views. I mean, if you're not here often, I recommend you coming through Times Square once in your life because it's another planet. It's just another planet of craziness.
Yeah, the Rockefeller big tree, the big Christmas tree. Winter time, Christmas time is the best time to come, but it's crowded. It's very crowded.
Very crowded.
They're like blackout dates for all hotels in the area.
I have not been courageous enough to come here during Times Square because I don't feel like peeing in my pants. So once you come in, you can't leave. There's no drinking. You leave to use the toilet, you're not getting back in. So it's not, that part of it is not worth it to me. Some might have it on their bucket list, but me, I don't want to be uncomfortable all night. So I'm good watching that from the TV. But yeah, a lot of people like that stuff. You know, it's all sorts of stores, crazy stores here. Disney store, Hershey store. I mean, it's crazy.
All right,
Hershey store. You want chocolate?
Guess we got to go there. Well, guys, that wraps up episode 56. We kind of kept it short, sweet, but we got some fun to be had here in New York City. But thank you guys for your support. Thank you, Frenzy Ryan, for your support.
My
I
pleasure.
appreciate you.
Awesome having you here. It's surreal actually meeting somebody from the community in person. I tried touching each other. Like, is this real?
I think I've been able to connect with about 8 of the members or so. Everyone from Firestorm to Edidle, Jeeves, etc. So I'm happy to have another one on. Let's see how we keep going. But I see you guys all as friends. I'd love to be able to connect with each and every one of you if the time permitted. But honestly, this is a community that's all around love. It's very positive, and let's keep it going. Let's go for year 5.
Yeah, and don't be discouraged about what's to come. The game is still great. There's still a lot of strategy involved. You know, we're all a great community. Let's have fun. Don't get down, because I'm still having a blast with it. You know, but don't make it your priority. Family, children, pets first, work first.
Pets first, yes.
Play later. But it's a great game. Let's keep it going. We got great people in this community and great leadership. So
let's go for year 5. Let's go from New York Square.